what you need for the stud work. You can use basic hand tools if you want, but I'll just go grab some of the tools that you need and I'll show you exactly how to set it up. Okay, hold on a second. Fine guys. Basic tools that you will need for the stud work. Typically what I mean, you're wearing a pouch, you will need a tape measure, you will need a horse hammer. Then you'll have things like, if you want to, if you haven't got the tools, you can just use a hand saw, and you can use set square, ring square, whatever you want to use. As long as it's square, you can use that. Typically back in the day, people used to measure it all out and then string the line on the floor. Where you want to go these days, you have things to make life easier for you, so you have laser levels, okay? And this one is a 360-degree green laser level, so you can see it's basically easier to see than the red laser. So what I do is that I measure off the drawing, and you'll have a scale on the drawing. In this case, it is a 1 to 50, and you'll have a series of layouts on here, okay? And what you'll be able to see, excuse me, I haven't got a cameraman, so I'm going to try and do this all by looking back at the camera. But you'll see there's certain layouts will look like timber. They got little X's on there, okay guys? So that is the layout of all the stud work. I've done the one downstairs yesterday just to get the feel of it and how easy it is to come in here. Just in case there's loads of trays on the side, but all we've got here now is a couple of brickies doing the balcony out there, so I'm happy to come in here and do all the work. So my client has kindly measured exactly how long these need to be, but if you need to do that, you can use a scale rule, and it has a series of ratios on there. So 1 to 50, so this is a 1 to 50, and it's 3.6, and you can measure off the walls to the new wall that you're going to build. But then you've got to allow for things like plasterboard. Okay? Right. So once you've got them all set out, you've got your sole plate in, you've got your head plate in, and then you can measure from one to the other, see if it's roughly the same height, and then you can cut all of your timbers all at the same time, so there's no remeasuring, you can just get on with it and get it cracked out. Now, also, to make life a little bit easy for yourself, you can use a nailer, or you can screw it if you're not that confident using the nailer. Typically back in the day you used to hand nail it all, so that's how I was taught at college. So, and the client wants all these studs at 400mm centres, so we know that these masonry walls are being dotted and dammed, which is basically loads of 10mm adhesive on the wall, and then they stick their plasterboard on there, and then you've got your plaster, which is roughly about 2-3mm thick. So overall, it's 25. So let's say if they dotted out this wall before they put the studs in, you can measure exactly where the studs need to go. But in this case, they'll probably be doing the plasterboard all in here first, and then they'll dot and dab it afterwards. So to get your centres, and you know that your timbers are 45mm thick, you just half of that, and you come back. Okay, so in this case, it's 375 to the edge of the timber, then it works out to 400 centres, and then what you can do then is measure off of that one all the way up through your run, and that's it. And it's just a matter of measuring it to the end, making sure the door linings fit to what they are off the drawing, but sometimes they don't, so you just have to go off the drawing again and just cross-reference it and just double-check it. Now, of course, some of these walls are not 100% plumb, so you do not want to measure the bottom or the head, wherever you start off from, and then cut the head or sole plate. So the sole plate, head plate, you don't want to cut them exactly the same because they can be slightly out. So lucky enough, I've got my laser level, and I just lasered it off the end of my timber up to the top, and I know exactly where the end of the wall is coming. And all I need to do is put in a noggin in between all these trusses, and I'll show you that in a minute. And then that will represent the end of my wall. So then all I need to do is go back over there, put it up on the wall, mark it on the end, go and cut it. That that's exactly dead plumb to where I need to be. And then all I need to do is go back that way to form, there's another little wall coming over here for a built-in wardrobe, but that's the basic principle, guys, okay? So once that's all in, get it all framed out, get it noggined out. So the noggin's just the dividing sections of timber, and that should work to the centre of your board. In this case, there are 8x4s, so that's 4 foot by 8 foot. So they'd want to be 1200mm centres. But most people, to get it fixed in both sides to make it quicker, they stagger them, okay? So they go one high, one low, one high, one low, one high, one low, all the way through their run. It just means they can get it fixed in both sides without skewing it down through the top of the other one or the bottom, whatever you want to do. Anyway guys, that's the basic principle of studs. I'll probably set up a time lapse once I've cut all my studs, got it all marked out, got all the noggins in at the top to take the heads and sole plates, and you'll see how quick you can do it all in. Right now guys, this is my 400, start off with my 400 centre stud, okay? So now I can measure off that now to get the rest of my 400mm centres. All right. And then you've got one on the end there. That is it. All right. I'll just measure up. So it's much bigger down here and down that end. So there's actually 4mm in discrepancy there. So I'm just going to have to, unlucky for me, I'm going to have to measure every single one, which is a bit of a pain. So we've got 2, 4, 5 there. See if we can do a couple at a time. 2, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll do 3 at a time there. They're roughly the same size. So I'll go and cut those. I'll set you up on a time lapse and we'll go from there, guys. Right now everyone, it's all framed out now. So what I've done to get my noggins through, nice in a straight line. You've seen it on a previous video, but I will show you again. You just get a string line from point A, point B, mark it on the lines, ping the line a couple of times so it just marks your stud. Come along with your square, square them off and make sure you mark the right side you want them to go. In my case, I like to go to the top. It just makes it easier for me to see the lines when I come to put my noggins in. Alright, like I said, just mark them all up now, marked all the sides, and then what I like to do next is just to double check them, see how flat they are, see if they need any pushing or pulling. But generally speaking, if you've got your spacings right, you can just cut them all the same size and they should work nice and true. Apart from the first one, which will be not at 400 centres. It'll be 400 centres off of the wall. 332. 332. So if I make that one 332 first, then I can go all the way through that run and cut them at 375. And that's it. So how many do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need 7 and then 1 at 332. I'm going to set you up on a time lapse and you'll see how quick it will take. So guys, I'm just going to do a little walk around now showing you what we've done. So it doesn't actually look like I've done a lot, but if you see what I've done, I've actually half lapped all of my plates, okay? Which of course takes a little bit of time, so there's going to be some carpenters watching this video going, why on earth are you half lapping them when you can probably just butt them up and then all the studs and then everything all connecting together? It's just, that's the way I do it. And that's the way I like to do it. That's the way I was taught at college all those years ago, like 15 years ago, whatever it was now. I've been doing carpentry. But obviously that takes a little bit more time, but you can see how neat that looks all the way through there, guys. I got in all the heads. The only thing I couldn't manage to do today is get the rest of the noggins in all the way through. And then I asked some partitions to go in, but the client is actually doing some of those for me. So that's one less job to do. So then we've just take you for a little walk around on site. So there's the studs we've done today. We've got another 3 walls coming in here, which I'll start tomorrow. There's one coming down this way, one here for, I think it's not a utility, it's another bathroom. And then we've got one coming off that wall going that way with a couple of doors in there. Let me just take you downstairs and I'll show you what we did yesterday. So we did that bathroom one on that side, and then we've done all of this here yesterday. So as you can see, I've done a half lap up there as well and half lap down here wherever it is underneath that stud. It just looks a lot neater, guys. When someone walks in, someone can see that you've actually taken some time over it. And I've put a lot more noggins in through there than what you would normally do. Just, I asked the client and they said put as many in there as you like, so I did them at 400mm centres all the way through. Of course, it also gives, when the ceiling comes all the way through here, you've got something to fix to either side, which is another benefit. But they'll probably need one in that corner, which I haven't fixed in there, just purely because I wanted a solid fixing up through there. I could put another one in there for someone, but to be honest, they'll be able to do that themselves. So, and likewise, down through here, guys. Got that one all in there yesterday, and the same up there. But someone would have to come along when they put their ceiling line through and pick up each end like that, but I won't be doing that. That's not in my spec, unfortunately. So yeah, it's really coming along. So the next time you'll see me on here, we'll be doing those other stud work. But to be honest, if you see me do these last 4 walls, there's no point in watching anymore. But the next step will be how I set up all my door linings. I'm just going to rack them all up on some trestles, mark them all out, mark which inside goes where. But the client will have to, I've already mentioned this to the client, is they will have to knot all those spots. So all the knots through here, they will need to put some knotting agent on there, because otherwise they will leach sap, because it's a living product at the end of the day and it wants to grow. So they'll be doing that for me, and then I'll be fitting them in all these openings here. Okay guys, right, I hope you've been enjoying the videos that I've been popping out there already. If you're liking the content that I'm putting out there, please like and subscribe. It's really helping the channel grow, and I'm really enjoying putting some information out there for you, for DIYs or even carpenters. If you want to leave a comment and I'll get back to you, put a comment down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Okay guys, take care and I'll see you in the next one.